We got the visa in March. We kind of thought, well, we can't do both.
Yeah.
So we ended up sacrificing the holiday to come here, and then we flew out here on the 17th of September.
Right, yeah.
Spent a couple of nights in Hong Kong, and then touched down 21st of September.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think we've been here 2 weeks. We stayed in Rendezvous Hotel at Scarborough for about 5 days.
That's a nice wee spot, mate.
Yeah, we're nice.
That's proper holiday location there. Like, I'm talking about no holidays, but that's a nice bit.
Yeah, no, we're nice. And then we got an holiday. Let in Quinns Rock. We were there for 2 weeks, and then I actually got a job while I was still in the holiday let. And as we moved into our new house, I started my job. So it was like, from basically emigrating to being in holiday mode for 2 weeks to like just basically into work mode and just feeling like you're at home again.
Yeah,
it's just surrounded by beauty instead of what we were used to.
Yeah, the grey and the miserable. I mean, boating and stuff not quite as grey as some of the bits I worked in Scotland. Beautiful. I mean, beautiful sunny days, fantastic. Probably no better scenery in the world, but when it was miserable, man, it was miserable. It just used to get me down. I mean, our story is entirely different for you. We had no plans to come to Australia. Absolutely. Probably the furthest thing for our mind. Yeah. And we did, when I say we, probably me, 90% of pushing it was me, because I wanted to just survey the trade, working in piss and rain, snow, sleet, it was just, I enjoyed it, good job. And we never ran away from Scotland, particularly. We never ran away from anything. We really had a really good life and stuff. I just genuinely sick of getting wet, sick of being cold. And I said to Lorna, probably 2006, 2007 maybe. This is going to be probably 2006. This is my last year working outside in the winter. 2007 rolls up. This is my last year working outside in the winter. 2008 rolls up, probably the same thing. And probably during maybe end of 2007, 2008, we decided, look, let's see if we can go maybe to Spain or something. So just a small adventure with the 2 boys at the time. Yeah, Mason would only be a baby. And we thought, let's see if we can go to Spain. And so the plan was going to be 2 years. Go there. I was going to do stay-at-home dad. Lon was going to work 3 or 4 days. And then, see how it went and probably just come back to Scotland. Bit of an adventure. And then that was almost tied down, actually. We had that all sorted by about 2009. Went on holiday, took my mummy a caravan holiday up in the northeast of Scotland. I've been going there since I was a kid. And I've got some really good friends up there, actually. And the reason we started going there is because one of my best mates, his mum and dad had a caravan up there, and we used to go up and share the caravan and stuff and holiday and stuff. So he always decided he wanted to move up there at some point as he got older. So this year we went up, 2009. That was June. We're going to go we're moving to Spain in October, November. We just got word from honest bosses that she'll give her 2 weeks notice and we can move. So that was all tied in. We're pretty much going. I just told my mum we were going. And the recession was going pretty bad then in most of Europe. Scotland was getting away with it a wee bit. And then, I went to see my mate up there. And there's a house a couple of doors down that I always wanted. My mum and dad always wanted that, right, when we used to go up. It's a beautiful house. It looks right over the sea. Probably the nicest location in the village, actually. You can go upstairs and you just see as far up as the northeast coast of Scotland as you can. Yeah. Beautiful white sandy beaches. And I went and see my mate and he goes, I see your house he fancies still up for... No, I said to him, I see my house I fancy still up for sale. And he goes, look, they've just taken another whack off the asking price. Old dear that died, no family. The family did have was in Canada. There's a guy looking after the estate. And he said, you get a good deal on it now. I'm like, man, we've got to Spain, October, November. And I went back and spoke to Lorna. I said, look, what do you think? You want to go and have a look at this house? And because we're kind of looking at what can we do for investment for the kids for the future. No point putting money in the bank, particularly then. It was terrible, right? Not saying it worked better now, right enough. Yeah. But I thought, right, there's no point investing. I've always either looked at land or property and stuff my whole life, really, pretty much. So I know, you buy a house, especially there, right? It's like that particularly there, like good spot. So I said to her, and she's like, I thought we'd go to Spain. So I don't know, like what? Because we've never been naive. We thought, what if we go to Spain? We're there 2 years. We love it. We want to stay longer. Recession's really bad. I mean, construction industry was finished in Spain at that point. I thought, what if I like it there? I need to go back to work at that stage. It's not a holiday anymore. I'm going to go out to work. and we can't get a job, then we're going to have to come back, right? And Lorna was working pharmaceutical company, doing managing project managers of a pharmaceutical trials and stuff. So our job was going to be working from home. It had been really good. I mean, my mate had sorted out a house on one of these courses in Murthia, Jack Nicklaus golf course. Yeah. I was going to put the kids into school in the morning, go and play 9 holes, come back, pick them off at school. Great, right? And that was the whole thing. So it was a big decision at that point. Within like a day, in that house, the whole thing was up in the air, scrubbed. And yeah, so
did you buy that house?
I bought it, yeah. I only sold it a couple of years back there. We should have kept it, actually. I probably could have kept it longer. But
so how did that house get you to Australia then?
So that was the whole let's chase the sunshine dream scuppered. 2010, ended 2010, into 2011. I took voluntary redundancy at the company I was working for. It was a roads company.
Yeah.
And Lorna says, look, don't worry about it. Her little girl was just born. So Teddy was just born. She was only 6 months old at the time. Took redundancy. I mean, I've always worked, right? And there's surveying's the kind of industry, there's always work, really. If you want it, you'll get it. So I was never no confident in finding a job. That's why I took the voluntary redundancy instead of getting, and try to stay where it was. So Lorna said, look, why do you not have 2 or 3 months just looking after the kids? You can have time with Teddy, take boys to school, and then, get a job after that kind of thing. So that was the plan. And then, you can't no work, sit in the house. I was sitting like, I think the first, I looked a couple of times, mainly in Scotland particularly. Never really seen anything I liked and thought, that's fine, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. So that was probably about 2 or 3 weeks in, really. And then I was sitting one night, and before Spain, we'd planned America. That was a big goal, because Lorna's company's an American company. We'd try to get there. We just couldn't get there. There's so many staff there, they were sending them to Europe and to Scotland. And
it's a lot tougher to get into America for anybody, isn't it? To get a green card.
Yeah. Well, we were just going to go. I mean, Lorna could have got there. It's just the projects that they had at the time. Every time they got a new project, they took on new guys.
Yeah.
So then when the projects were quiet, they had all these staff, so they just used to shuffle them around. And they sent them into different bits of Europe and into Scotland and stuff. But there was no path to America for Lorna, right? So I was always kind of, the bosses said, look, well, we can't get you there on your own, but if your husband gets a job there, we'll support you and we'll get you there. So I was sitting one night and just I think it's like, it must be midnight, 1 o'clock, right? Might even 2 o'clock. Yeah. It's late anyway.
Because
I'm looking through, jobs and stuff, and again, I'm looking for America. So I clicked on, surveying job, blah, blah. And it came up in dollars. I thought, there's a job there. Click. And gets on there, and wasn't America at all. It was Australia. And I remember the number was 864 surveying jobs in Australia on that particular day. I think I sent 12 CVs away that night. Got up in the morning. So Lorna goes to work, and I applied for a few jobs last night. So that's good, yeah. What were we doing? So this and that. And she said, where are they? I said, in Australia. She's like, no, we were going to Australia. I said, like, just a bit of laugh. We were not getting back anyway. And without a word of lie, so I sent 12 CVs away. I had my CV ready, right? I just fired them all off, 2-page CV. So at 4 o'clock, when Lorna came home for work, I had pretty much a reply for everyone in the first day. One guy offered me a job, right? I haven't even spoke to him at this point. I've sent my 2-page CV, applied for a job. It was up in Darwin, which probably explains it, right? Because nobody goes to Darwin. It's a beautiful place, but nobody just goes straight to Darwin, right? You've got to come through your first.
You have to be hardcore to go straight to Darwin, wouldn't you?
You've got to work your way up to Darwin, I think.
Yeah.
So he offered me this job. Crazy money. Well, I say crazy money for me, especially then. Anyway, so that was the first one. And then, I don't know, probably 3 or 4, they're saying their job offers. I was a bit dubious, right? But, I mean, they're pretty much if you get your visa sorted, we'll give you a job, blah, blah. And then, so I told Lorna, she's like, you can pursue it a bit further if you want, kind of. Got another one coming in with now, actually. Again, lovely guy. I called him up. It was a basic surveying job, or a sales job, selling Leica survey equipment. So I've always used Leica. So I contacted him, and I'd worked for Leica in the UK as well, actually, for a little while. Doing sales, didn't really like it, wasn't really my thing. But this was sort of sales, technical support.
Yeah.
And I thought that's more me. So contacted him. I gave him a call, actually. For some reason I called him. I can't remember. I think, no, because he'd replied back, looking really interested, and I thought, would it be personable? Want me to know that, I'm not scared to speak to people and stuff like that. Because it's that type of job you need to...
Well, it helps if you speak to someone.
Yeah.
Rather than just email.
I'll just call him, right? So I called him again, probably 1 in the morning. Maybe 2 in the morning. So again, it's late, right? They were just coming in, going to work 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, something like that. And we were talking about just the other day, actually, with the conversations we had in the car and stuff. So I phoned him a few times. So when I contacted him initially, I said I was interested in coming. At this point, we're coming on, I think by the time I got him, actually, we're coming on Lorna's visa. Because Lorna went to her boss and said, like, my husband's got a few job offers. I'd like to think we're moving to Australia. And they were fantastic about it as well. They offered us sort of these. Remember, you're on camera, Mark. No, the camera's turned off.
Yeah, for those that obviously are listening.
For those listening, Mark just took his t-shirt and rubbed his full face with it because the sweat in here is incredible.
The humidity. It's actually like we're in the Northern Territory. It must be 40 plus degrees in here.
Yeah, we need to get air conditioning here, mate. If this is going to be a weekly thing, we're going to have to get...
my pants are just
soiled. That's too much information. We need to cut that. Or hang on, there's live. Live, you say, all right, we'll not be cutting that then. That's live. But yes, so I spoke to him, right? And he says, look, he says, what are you doing up at this time of night? I'm just looking at houses and stuff like that, because, see what we can get and have to speak to people. And he said, look, if you're needing anybody, give you a reference stuff, I'll do that. I was like, right, okay, that's really nice. Man, who does that? Right?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Going out your way for a reference.
In Scotland, never. No, I mean, a lot of nice people. I doubt very much if anybody would have done that in Scotland, and there's a lot of nice people there, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but I've noticed that the WA, particularly Australians, are so much like the Scots, right? Same kind of laid back, good nature, good laugh. They're very similar. But anyway, I don't know about the English particularly, but...
Yeah, laid back. I don't know about English being laid back, but...
Yeah, maybe not. Some
are.
Further north you go.
Yeah.
The closer you get to the border, a bit better. The Geordies are pretty laid back.
Yeah, I think when you start getting north of England upwards, it is pretty more laid back, definitely. Without
going on too much, but he sort of did that, and then that sort of fell through because my Lorna's visa didn't come through quite. I didn't want to waste his time. And then, contacted this other guy. So he offered me a job as well. I'm like, man, alive. And he says... Same thing, 2 in the morning. He goes, what are you doing this time now? So I'm waiting to speak to her, about house and stuff. And he says, look, do you want me to go and view it for you? I'll give you what do you mean? Who are these people, right? I've only spoke to like 3 or 4 Aussies at this point. Yeah. 284, so 50% hit rate. I've offered to give me a spot, give me a reference and go and see the house. And John was the most laid back guy I've ever met, honestly. I got here. He told me the job was mine before I got here, right? But I'm thinking, it was just loose as, right?
Yeah.
Came here, so we were into the first 2 weeks in December, went to see him, and he's just a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. I thought it was just a guy sitting off, came in to visit the office. It was him, he's the boss. So sat down and he goes, just come in, have a couple weeks holiday, start, first week in January, whenever suits you, really long you can start in. And that was pretty much it. Completely out the blue. But so we went for Spain, house. Never in a million years we moved to Australia. To be in Australia within, honestly, I think the whole thing, I took my redundancy probably April or something like that.
Yeah.
And by the November we were here. Yeah. And it was like, just whirlwind.
So it's similar to us then on the time frame.
Yeah.
I mean, we applied a lot earlier than you probably even thought of Australia.
Yeah.
But like for the time frame from not knowing anything to being here, like 6 months, and we're like, it just seemed like a whirlwind.
Yeah, it's incredible how time passed.
It was like when we was actually looking at applying, and then once we actually did apply for our visa, I started sending emails off to different companies, and I only actually got a response back from one guy. Like everyone else, no response. And like my story is completely different than yours, so it just shows that surveyors and roof contractors are completely opposite of the ends of the scale. A couple of years later, though,
things were quiet.
So I sent off probably about 10, 15 emails, and I got a response back from one guy called Paul Jackson. If you're listening, thank you. He basically said, when you get here, This